Here is Top Accolade Global News Update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. A senior Russian Foreign Ministry official said that commercial satellites from the United States and its allies could become legitimate targets for Russia if they were involved in the war in Ukraine. Russia, which in 1957 launched Sputnik 1, the first man-made satellite into space, and in 1961 put the first man in outer space, has a significant offensive space capability, as do the United States and China. In 2021, Russia launched an anti-satellite missile to destroy one of its own satellites. Konstantin Vorontsov, Deputy Director of the Russian Foreign Ministry's Department for Non-Proliferation and Arms Control, told the United Nations that the United States and its allies were trying to use space to enforce Western dominance. Vorontsov, reading from notes, said the use of Western satellites to aid the Ukrainian war effort was an extremely dangerous trend. Vorontsov did not mention any specific satellite companies, though Elon Musk said earlier this month that his rocket company, SpaceX, would continue to fund its Starlink internet service in Ukraine, citing the need for good deeds. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has accused Russian commanders of craziness in their effort to capture the eastern town of Bakhmut. The town, which sits in the Donetsk region and had a pre-war population of 70,000, has been the center of Russian attacks for months. Despite a looming Ukrainian advance on the key city of Kherson, Zelensky said the attacks continued in force. Taking the town would be a symbolic victory for Russia. Oleksiy Arestovich, an advisor to Zelensky, said that on one day, Russian forces launched 8 separate attacks on Bakhmut before lunchtime and had been pushed back on each occasion. The city sits on a main road leading to the Ukrainian-held cities of Sloviansk and Kramatorsk. While Russia is struggling elsewhere in Ukraine, its forces have made progress around Bakhmut in recent weeks. Iran has seen one of the biggest nights of protest since anti-government demonstrations erupted 6 weeks ago. Tens of thousands of people took to the streets in all major cities, as well as other places where demonstrations had subsided recently. The escalation came after protesters marked 40 days since the death of a Kurdish Iranian woman in police custody, which sparked the unrest. It is the most serious challenge to the Islamic Republic since its inception. Less than 2 weeks before the US midterm elections, with Democrats on verge of losing their razor-thin majority in Congress, the party is asking former President Barack Obama to perform some late-game heroics or at least help limit their losses. Obama, who left office in 2017 after serving 2 terms, travels to Georgia on Friday and then moves on to Wisconsin, Nevada, and Pennsylvania, all key battlegrounds in the November 8 election. All 4 states are home to competitive Senate races where Republican candidates appear to be gaining momentum. Republicans need to pick up just 1 additional Senate seat to secure control of that chamber, with Georgia and Nevada looming as prime targets. Republicans are also expected to win enough seats to take over the US House of Representatives, holding both chambers will enable them to stonewall President Joe Biden's agenda, block his nominees, including federal judges, and launch investigations on his administration, with Biden's approval among voters hovering at 39%, according to latest Reuters Ipsos poll. It is the former president who is assuming the role as the party is closer in the final days. Twitter shares will be suspended from trading on Friday, the New York Stock Exchange website showed, as billionaire Elon Musk faces a court-ordered October 28 deadline to close his $44 billion deal for the social media platform. Musk, the world's richest person, visited Twitter's headquarters in San Francisco on Wednesday and hinted he was the company's top boss after updating his profile bio to Chief Tweet. Newsmen gathered on Tuesday that equity investors, including Sequoia Capital, Binance, Qatar Investment Authority, and others, had received the requisite paperwork for the financing commitment from Musk's lawyers. The deal's completion would mark an end to a lawsuit by Twitter, which, along with investors, now expects the deal to be completed on its original terms of $54.20 per share. The company's stock closed at $53.35 on the NYSE on Wednesday. They were up about 1% at $53.90 in extended trading, slightly below Musk's offer price. Kenya's largest telecoms operator, SAFARICOM, launched its 5G high-speed internet service on Thursday, becoming the first firm to deploy the technology commercially in East Africa. The company, whose internet provision business is one of its fastest growing, uses equipment from Nokia and Huawei to power its 5G network. SAFARICOM, which is partly owned by South Africa's Vodacom and Britain's Vodafone, is initially offering Wi-Fi subscriptions first as it attempts to win a greater share of the fixed data market. While Safaricom dominates the mobile data market, commanding about a 65% share, it holds only about a third of the fixed data market. Data from the Communications Authority of Kenya showed. That is the size of Top Accolade Global News Update. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Thursday.